So she's, I don't know, man. She doesn't seem to have much of a definable character trait outside of she seems to have a crush on Cloud. It's pretty common trope, like for things. You got this all-powerful protagonist, and all the women are fawning after him, right? But I also found her character design just hilarious because like when it's the little sprite, she's just got this like white crop top for her huge boobs, and I feel like they made it white and her skirt black to just be like, hey, she's got boobs. And it's just one of those character designs that's kind of frustrating in terms of like the sexism. The other thing about it, whenever I play with Tifa, everyone attacks her. Like everyone. She's just like the thing drawing all the heat every time. And I feel like that's the patriarchy. And we need to discuss that. I'm getting it on the table right now. But I like her. She seems like a nice lady.
Do you guys remember when like cracked.com was like a really big thing and everybody loved going through these lists of like looking over pop culture from 30 years ago and being like, that doesn't make sense. Like, Bird read all those articles and was like, I wish one day I could be as smart and funny as those people. So he waited until it wasn't relevant anymore and found a good game and decided to, pretend that any of his opinions mean anything or that he has any insight about anything.
Very few people see me right to my core, and Jeremy's one of those people.
Yeah, we heard enough. Thanks.
Jeremy, what do you think about Tifa up until this point? Defend that character. Finish eating, chew, and swallow. Take a drink of something if you want. I mean, we're just recording a podcast. Why should you not be eating? That's fine.
I think it adds character. It lets you know that the people on the podcast they've lived. So yeah, well, I mean, in fairness to Bird, as much as I hate him, we don't really have a ton about Tifa at this point. He talks about there's no getting past the fact that yes, her character design is ridiculous, but I gotta admit, like, I played it in the 90s as a kid and my brain just accepted that was the way it was. So I wasn't like, oh, this is crazy. And now when I look at it again, I'm not like, oh, that's crazy. I don't know. Have you read a comic book? People do this. To say that her only trait is that she's interested in the main character doesn't seem totally true, because it feels like there's this weird dynamic where, like, yes, there's these hints of romance, but it also really does seem like she's made her own life and has her own thing that's totally removed from what Cloud's doing. And
does she own the bar?
It implies that she does. It says it's.
That's what I wasn't sure of, because Barrett's kid was watching the bar, which was hilarious. So I thought it was Barrett's bar.
We had a little quiz before this, and you said to describe Tifa, I put manipulative down because it just seems a little like kind of like, hey, don't back out of this second bombing mission. We're trying to kill some people. You're my friend. You're supposed to be my hero, and you're not blowing up this reactor for me, big shot. And he's just like, okay, fine. I'll do it for like the same amount of money as last time. And he negotiated
a raise. He got 1,400. He was like 3,000. Barrett counted with 2,000. He got that 2,000.
That's like 10 potions. Potions are ground. Potions, you walk past them in the
3 Phoenix down.
No,
what a deal.
No, this is crazy. There's potions just laying around in the slums where people need stuff. People need things because they're poor. And they're like, bah, potions. And he's like, I'll take 10 potions to blow up this reactor. That's insane. It drives me nuts. They couldn't have gotten like more money out of that.